Live, Laugh, Loot contains foul language, violence, drug and alcohol references, and irreverent humor. So if you're not a fan of all that, then don't watch the show. Okay, bye.
Okay, here's my question that I was going to ask. Is Ozzy... So, not Ozzy. Can ostriches speak, or is Ozzy like the anomaly? Like, if we go to Earth, is he going to be the only one who's able to speak, and as he says something, they just squawk and he just fully understands?
That's an interesting question. Maybe we'll explore that in a future episode.
Because I was like, I don't know. I didn't really, like, delve deep into, like, his home life. I was just like, yeah, he's an ostrich detective who had a bunch of terrible things happen while he's a detective. Mm-hmm. On Earth, who cares about Earth? This man has seen a lot of bad, terrible things and tries to get kids to smoke. So he's a great role model for everybody.
Oh, yeah. I do like the idea that Ozzy is just kind of the only ostrich in space.
So far, yeah. Are you saying, like, he's going to be the only one, period? Actually, that'd be kind of funny, I won't lie.
I'm not committing to... It's not canon yet, but I like the idea that Ozzy's alone in space.
God, I also kind of love that.
Maybe that's why he keeps having to smoke cigarettes and whatnot.
Oh, no, yeah, being out in space is like... Maybe it's like a Planet of the Apes situation where you're from, like... I know we did this with Wilbur, but you're apparently from, like, the 1970s or whatever, but you just time travel to modern day, which is 4,000 years in the future.
But
you're gonna go back to Earth and, like, you're gonna see a Statue of Liberty ostrich buried in the sand.
Gosh, so it's not even just, like, I traveled so far into the future that history just went, like, back in time. No, just ostriches are no longer in charge.
Nope.
God, it's just Planet of the Apes, but now it's Planet of the Humans.
And just then Earth. The bird people burn their society too.
Gosh. Or I thought you were going to say, like, he just, like, was an ostrich from the 1970s that learned how to talk, and that was it. That's his entire backstory. He just, like, kept watching crime documentaries and was like, huh, interesting.
This is my life now.
I wish I could smoke. I don't know why I'm making that a key character trait to him. I didn't even mean for it to happen.
You're a hard-boiled detective. You gotta smoke.
Now, he is an ostrich, and he does make eggs, so that makes sense.
Damn, that is way too good.
Gosh, love it.
This level of humor is way too good for a amateur podcast. Please tone your humor down a little.
No, if anything, kick it up a notch.
Pee pee poo poo.
There you go. That's better. Previously on Live, Laugh, Loot. Following their total loss in the underground fight ring beneath the Entertain-a-thon, Ozzy and Felicia woke up as prisoners inside Sayonara Station, a mysterious station orbiting Saturn. And they realized quickly that they now had bombs in their head. The two escaped with some other prisoners, including a Nebulon named Gina Radmist and a doctor who tried to remove the bomb in Felicia's head, but due to some shenanigans, the two became fused together, and Ozzy, in the meantime, uncovered a rabid zombie that is now loose across the station. We open again with Felicia and the doctor having just unfused, but the escapees are still lost in the folds of this mysterious place. Okay, so you're still in the medical bay. Felicia, you just woke up from being unconscious and having the doctor's hand in your head. Everyone's tried to find any medical supplies. They found nothing, so what's basically going on is there are 5 of you, Felicia, Ozzy, Gina, and 2 prisoners you don't know the names of yet, all with bombs in their heads, and you have no way at the moment of getting them out of your skulls.
What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
We can be.
Honestly, the setup actually feels like it could turn into a Suicide Squad story.
You know, you were never told why exactly those bombs are in your head.
Oh, God.
Gina steps up and says, you know, I just had an idea. If we can't get these bombs out of our head, then, you know, all these guards probably have detonators on them, so maybe if we can get it from that, maybe we can, like, I don't know, configure it so that we can deactivate the bombs, or at least get the detonator from them so they won't set it off and, you know, kill us. That's a thought.
I mean, I like that idea, but I'll be honest, we could just kill them all so nobody has the detonation for us either.
Gina says, I suppose that's also an option.
I'm not saying I want to do
Darling,
that,
I must
but
ask you a question. Why do we have to commit murder? I mean, I'm no stranger to having a nice scrabble myself, but I'm just saying, I do believe that might be a bit over the top.
No.
Give me one good reason.
We have bombs
just
in our
one.
head. Bombs.
That homicide is going to be the
Heads.
solution to our problems.
If someone is going to push the button to blow our head up, we take them out.
And how do you propose we kill all of them before they realize we've broken out and are killing them all?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a, doctor.
I ask a valid question, so he's like, oh, fucking no.
The prisoner who said he was a doctor says, well, I am a doctor, and I'm kind of on board with just getting these detonators from people if we want to try and get back into the hallways again. I don't know how many guards are around here, but it's safe to assume one of them probably has something to activate these bombs.
I mean, I would hope so.
And again, at the very least, if we have the detonator, then that means they can't blow us up, which, that's a better situation than just having bombs in our head that they can blow up at any time.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out all our, what's the word I'm looking for? Eggs in a carton. That's a saying, right? Your silence makes me kind of question everything that I've said. And he just immediately starts to find a cigarette.
Ozzy, I'm not sure how familiar you are with human sayings, but I think the humans in the room, which I think are just the two other prisoners, are looking at you like, yeah, you got it kind of right.
I think I've got this bull mistaken for a bird.
You want to look for a cigarette?
He's just going to do it out. Like, he's not trying to find one, but he's just trying to, not think about what he just did.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my cigarette? He's not really looking for one. He just doesn't want to admit anything awkward just happened.
Gotcha.
His get out of jail free card. Find a cigarette.
You find no cigarettes.
Well.
I won't make this have any actual adverse effect, but you are starting to feel very heavy nicotine withdrawal right about now.
I actually kind of want a cigarette.
I'm going to say this fifth unnamed prisoner... Well, actually, I'm going to do a quick flip from this unnamed prisoner. This unnamed prisoner takes out a cigarette and offers you one, Ozzy.
I like you. What's your name?
My name's Bongo.
All right, Bongo.
Bongo Von Bingo at your service.
Von Bingo. I used to know somebody named Von Bingo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Ozzy, you cast your mind back to the murder of Von Bingo.
What does that have to do with the hot dog strangler or whatever the fuck it was?
Oh, yeah, the corn dog...
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, the corn dog. Oh,
the
what
corn
was
dog
he?
herd. It was like corn dog killer or something. It's been a while.
Corn dog snatcher.
Thank you, the corn dog snatcher. I think that's it.
That sounds about right, too.
Gosh, yeah.
Do we think Von Bingo was a victim of the corn dog snatcher?
What do you mean think? He definitely was.
Okay.
I was there.
You talking to the DM?
This is him breaking the fourth wall. I was there.
Ozzy, you look up at the ceiling and you're like, of course he was a victim.
But anyway, thanks for the cig. Appreciate it. You good. You cool.
He gives you a little like nod, like, yeah. Puts the cigarettes back.
So, where are we going, by the way?
Oh, now you're questioning that.
I mean, do you want me not to question it? Because I can. I'm trying to be as nice and respectful.
Yeah, that's a first.
Exactly, and I'm trying to do this for you, honey, but apparently you're not too happy about it, so, you know what?
Okay, darling, let's get one thing straight. You don't get to call me honey, alright? Only two people can call me that, and last I checked, they're busy on a studio set waiting for me.
All
My
right,
age
waiting
is
for
gonna
you.
have a hell of a day when I get back.
If that helps you sleep at night, sure. Anyway. Alright, let's go find its detonator.
Alright. That'll require you to head back into the hallway, so it's probably a good idea for someone to do a quick check of the hallway. So if anyone wants to do a sneaking, and I guess this would be either intelligence or wit check.
Okay, I have neither of those. I had an idea, but I have no sneaking, nor intelligence or wit, so I wouldn't succeed at all.
I have intelligence and wit. And no sneaking, because I'm a big ostrich. Draw intelligence. Let's go. Ah, you pissing my nuts right now.
Oh no.
I got Joker and one success.
Excellent.
The first card I drew was the Joker. Immediately.
Lovely.
Okay, all right. That's great. I'm so happy.
Alright, well, you did get one success, so you do peer out into the hallway, and you do see there is a guard standing there. He is turned the other way. So you know how in Metal Gear, if you have a cigarette in your mouth, you can see laser beams?
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't work in this game. Ozzy, you poke your head out. Unbeknownst to you, you trip a laser and an alarm starts going off.
Fuck.
The guard in front of you reacts to the sound like, what? Turns around and is like, hey, ostrich guy. And he's running at you with a gun.
How far away is he?
Far enough that if you want to take a preemptive action, you can do so.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right, what do you want to do?
I'm going to tackle him to the ground.
Nice. That would be brawn and melee.
All right, brawn is okay. Let's go. 1, 2. I got 1 success.
All right, this person also got 1 success. You jump out into the hallway and you start running towards him, and he readies his gun to shoot you, but the distance is short enough to that you can basically like get up to him, and instead of shooting you, he does like hold up his arms and just kind of like pushes back. So you two are kind of just wrestling at the moment.
Okay.
The rest of you, alarms going off, you hear over the station, looks like we got an escaped prisoner by medical bay. Someone want to go check that out? Because, that's a bad thing if we got escaped prisoners.
I mean, I'm fighting. I'm not backing down.
I'm trying to think about what the smart thing to do would be.
Kill this guy.
Because clearly he just got us no big heap of trouble. But I have an agent I gotta get back to, so I gotta think about this.
I will say, just a quick tip, this security guard would have only noticed Ozzy. So even though there are alarms going off and like people will be converging on you in that medical bay, at the moment, you are not detected by any guards.
I would like to get my cigarette holder out of my pocket and just start like blowing into it to create smoke, just to at least, cause some kind of distraction.
Like a smoke screen?
Yeah.
Wait, are you doing it as a way to hide you as you escape or to cause a distraction? Because they are two different things.
Cause a distraction, because, I never left the area. I'm fine. I'm not the one in danger, it's Ozzy. So I'm doing it to create a distraction so he could do something.
Okay.
Or at least protect him slightly.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So I guess that would be wit and... Would this technically be... I don't know if this would be sneaking or... engineering, but I don't know if you have either of those.
The sad thing is I have neither, so I'd only be able to draw 1 card. So I get 1 chance to possibly try and help Ozzy.
I believe in you.
It's a queen of clubs, yay!
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you want to goose that up with hero points or drive, you can.
I'm good. I got a success, I'm gonna take it.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's enough for you to, with like a 30 cigarette holder, like a real long one.
Yeah.
Like high society.
Yeah. I don't actually smoke cigarettes. She just has it to fit her aesthetic and look and such.
Gotcha.
And like at most she could blow into it and actual smoke will come out, but she doesn't smoke cigarettes.
It's a little tricksy.
Yeah.
It's a movie prop. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So you take that out, you blow enough to create some smoke that Ozzy, as you're wrestling this guy, he looks over your shoulder and sees like, oh my god, smoke! Let's see how he reacts to that. Yeah, he got no successes, so he is fooled by your trick, Felicia. So,
Sweet.
Ozzy, he pushes you back, breaks off the fight, is like, runs in a direction to get a fire extinguisher. The guard is currently running from you, Ozzy. You don't see a fire extinguisher in the hall that he's running down, so he might be a little while. Looks like you have a chance to run.
Okay, so he's running towards something. He turned his back towards me. Yep. That's all I need. I am going to tackle him from behind because I want that gun.
That's going to be brawn melee, please. And I'm going to say +1 because he is turned away from you.
That was the whole game plan. Let's go, baby. 1 success.
That's going to be enough to get him onto the ground, but he is going to fight back if you're trying to go for his gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're trying to, like, rip the gun off from him, I'm going to need a brawn, and I guess that would also be, well, brawn melee if you're doing it with your wings. But I was going to say, if you want to do it telekinetically. Okay.
Yep, that's what I want to do. I want him to be so focused on the bird biting at him that he doesn't realize the bird's using his telekinesis to take the gun away.
So that'll be intelligence and telekinesis.
Let's go. Oh, both. Okay. All right. He's going to suffer. That is 2 successes.
As you tackle him to the ground, you focus your mind, and the guard's pistol gets into your wing. You cock it, and you hold it at his head. And he immediately stops like, ugh.
I'm going to need one thing from you, bud.
He looks up at you, too nervous to speak.
Get this thing out of our heads. I'm going to cock it telekinetically.
Ooh. That's going to be presence and persuasion, please.
All right. What is my presence as a giant ostrich?
It's 2. Yeah.
And my persuasion is also 2. Okay. 2 successes.
Let's do a quick counter flip to see how persuadable this guy is.
Persuadable.
He's very persuadable. Well, he got a joker.
Oh boy.
What would he do in this situation? He did get one success, so you did beat him as far as persuasion. All right, look, I've got a detonator right here. He pulls it out of his pocket, which, yeah, you can have, but you're never going to get to the escape pods, which are behind me and to the left. And then as he finishes saying it, he's like, oh, I shouldn't have told you that.
For that, you get to live. I mean, I wasn't really going to kill you anyway, but... And I'm going to...
The guy's like, yes, sir, thank you, sir.
I'm going to telepathically tell that to Felicia. Because I have telepathy also.
Yeah, true. Have you telepathically communicated with Felicia before? I forget.
I believe I did once. Because I know I've talked to the kid once, and I feel like I did it to Felicia just out of, like, be funny.
Just to coordinate on something.
Yeah.
And also, you're pretty close. I'm just going to give you the telepathic link. You won't have to flip for that.
Yay.
Felicia, Ozzy telepathically communicates to you the location of the escape pods whenever you need them.
All right. Come on, darlings. We're busting out of this joint.
Oh, and real quick, Ozzy, you may add a pistol to your items.
Good, now he's officially a real cop.
Yay! What does that give me?
When you say pistol, like, are we talking, like, you know, a standard Glock, or is it gonna be like a revolver to go with this whole, like, noir detective kind of thing?
I'm gonna say it's a laser revolver.
Laser revolver.
Which will give you +1 to firearms.
Yay.
So it is just like a 6-chamber individual bullets with the revolving cylinder, but they're lasers because it's cool. And yeah, you haven't fired it yet. And let's just say he kept it fully loaded. You have 6 shots.
Well, I only need 7.
Ozzy, you got a gun, and around the corner, back in the med bay.
There's something threatening about that statement.
Ozzy's got a gun. And meanwhile, Felicia, you and the gang have a little bit of time to get out of that med bay, but you can hear space station around you. It's still abuzz with alarms, and people are running around. But it looks like the way is clear for now.
Try and get into a spaceship in one of the escape pods. Just, like, still blowing from my little cigarette holder so, like, no one sees me.
Yeah, you blow a little smoke trail out of the medbay into the corridor, and everybody follows you, and you catch up with Ozzy, who's dusting off that laser revolver.
Well, how you doing?
Good. Very good.
Good to hear. Let's get out of here.
Ozzy, you have the detonator, which you show to everybody, and Gina says, oh, good, you got the detonator. If you, do you know how to work that thing?
No, I just got it so no one else had it. Why else would I have it?
All right, Bongo says, hang on a second, I'm pretty familiar with explosives. Let me take a look at that and see if I can figure this out. He would like you to hand over the detonator real quick.
Can I get an investigation to see, like, how this guy is? Like,
Sure.
He's also a prisoner, because I'm like,
That'll be intelligence investigation.
I got 2 successes out of 8 cards.
That's enough for
Right
you
at the
to
end.
know that he does seem to be sincere. It sounds like he's not gonna, like, try anything weird.
Alright, here you go. But hey, if you blow my head up...
Rest assured, the Von Bingo family is very familiar with explosives. We know how to handle this.
Is that the first time I've heard that?
That doesn't bode well.
He takes a look at the detonator, fiddles around with the controls a bit. Ozzy, you hear a little beep and click in your head, but no explosion. Felicia, the same for you. He says, all right, looks like the bombs in your skull are deactivated, so you two should be safe.
What about
Now,
the rest of
let's
ya?
try the rest of us. He fiddles around more with the controls, but as he does so, he accidentally flicks it off his hand, and he says, oops, and in slow motion, the detonator falls onto the floor, and Bongo Von Bingo's head immediately explodes.
I knew I heard that before.
He unfortunately got 2 successes and a joker to deactivate the bomb, so 2 of them deactivated, and, you know, it was you two. Unfortunately, Bongo Von Bingo is now dead and headless.
Like father, like son.
I feel like I need more context for that line, but I'm going to concern the fact that the person who was supposed to deactivate this is now dead, and we are now all in a ship with bombs in our heads, not deactivated.
Yeah, after dusting yourselves off from the blood that just erupted, Gina's like, you know, Felicia's got a point. Like, even if a few of us are safe, we don't know if these bombs have any ranges to them. If the 2 of us, pointing to herself and the doctor prisoner, if either of us try to escape, we might just immediately detonate our heads just because we're far enough away from the station.
Well, maybe, but what else are we gonna do? You gonna stay around here?
I do need to stay here. There's something else I need to accomplish. There's a girl I need to save.
What girl?
Her name's Carly.
I need a little more context as to what's going on.
She's the son of the Juggernaut. You know the Juggernaut, right? That famous
Yeah,
wrestler?
I remember that. The guy who you was contracted to kill to get inside the convention?
It was not contracted, just made an agreement.
Yeah, you
Verbally contracted, yes.
You agreed to kill him.
Yeah, true. You didn't sign anything, but you said you'd do it.
Well, he said do a lot of
And from
things.
the way all the previous sessions were going, it sounded like you were willing to go through with it.
Or you were gonna, like, mind torture the guy. I don't know which is worse.
I don't know either, but I was definitely there.
Anyway, you recognize that she is talking about finding the daughter of the Juggernaut, which you two also have been... Well, you've been tasked with finding the Juggernaut, but you don't know where Carly went to in the chaos after you got imprisoned.
Nope, I have no idea what's happened to her.
So since you were in the ring with the Juggernaut, you have had no idea where Carly is.
Yep, still not a clue.
I also thought she was left back there while we were kidnapped.
Gina says, no, if my intel is correct, she was brought here, and I gotta save her.
Well, why do you gotta save her?
Carly's very special to me. I need to make sure she's safe.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'm making sure you're not trying to, like, sell her off or nothing.
No, I would never.
You know how many people have tried that line with me?
I can only imagine, Detective.
Actually, it'd be none. You'd be the first.
Okay
You
then.
never know. You never
It
know.
could happen at any moment.
And I'll be ready. But anyway, all right, let's go help this kid out. He's gonna look down and just remember what he promised.
To whom?
To the person who gave him tickets, session 1.
Gotcha, yeah. I don't know what do you think's going through Ozzy's mind right now, as far as, like, he's obviously had to juggle this conflict in his mind. What do you think he's thinking about it right now?
Right now, he's probably sitting, well, not sitting, because he's not sitting down. He's standing there like, I still gotta kill them. But also, a kid does need a dad. But also, I did say I would do that for the tickets. But also, he did try to kill me. But also, he might be under my control. But I could kill the guy that has him under my control and just say, hey, yeah, I could do a little witty thing where I'm like, he was him all along. So I killed the person you wanted. Actually, that's the one I'm gonna do. That's it. I'm gonna kill the person who's mind controlling him and saying, hey, that was the Juggernaut all along, mentally. I may have not killed the physical body, but I killed the spirit, and that's stronger, because you're not coming back from hell.
God damn.
Lord. That's just like a moment, like, Felicia's just listening and at the other side of the ship, jaw literally on the ground.
I assume, Ozzy, you're just thinking that, right?
Yeah, but he's like moving his eyebrows, like, oh, well, actually, but also up and down, like, actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. He's also bobbing his head, thinking,
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna do something real quick.
I'm minding you a lot now. Something bad's about to happen. I can feel it in my bones.
You got that right.
No, nothing's happening.
Yet.
Ozzy, you've been sitting there thinking about what you're gonna do when you find the Juggernaut and the Juggernaut's kid. Felicia, in the meantime, you're just looking at Ozzy and he's just making a lot of weird facial features and you're like, well, that's odd.
Squinting like the freaking Bender or Flexo meme, just...
Yeah. Something's up. But you don't read anything from that.
The most she can tell is he's got something on the brain, but she can't tell what it is. So for all she knows, he could be thinking about, like, bird feed or something.
It could.
Yep. Gina interrupts this little moment to say, all right, look, we gotta get to one of the lower levels of the station. I think that might be where they're keeping Carly.
What makes you so sure about that? You know what? I'm just gonna trust you.
Effortlessly.
Gina's
I've
like,
seen too
God, I'm glad that you trust me.
I'm doing it for him. Nukes over at the dead body.
Bongo.
Yeah.
Ozzy, you hear some sad piano music as you look over the headless, bloody body of Bongo Von Bingo. Nobody else hears the music.
Gosh.
Ozzy, if you had your detective's hat, I imagine you'd put it at your heart. That's just a little, like, memorial. But you don't, so you can't.
I miss that hat every day.
Gina heads up a little further down the hallway, not towards the escape pods, although, again, you do know where those are when you need to escape. And she motions to you like, it's all clear, you can follow up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm following.
2. She peeks around the corner and signals to you, we got some guards running, but it doesn't look like they're headed this way. Let's just stay tight real quick. You can hear some boots on the space station floor, again, just kind of like marching toward a different hallway to get to the med bay. All of you hear this. Ozzy, you hear something else, too.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
You hear some pretty fast running coming from the other direction. You hear some heavy breathing and some snarling, like... and it seems to be getting louder.
We need to go. Now.
Hold on, the guards aren't done yet. We gotta be sneaky about this. I don't have any weapons on me, and like you have a gun, but that's not gonna be enough against multiple guards.
Darlings, I know I haven't said anything, but did you forget I'm here? I'm insulted.
You didn't say
You
anything.
have me, the most famous, most popular, most profitable actress in all of Space Disney's catalog, and you're ignoring me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Ozzy's just right up with it.
Okay, fine. Be a stick in the mud. I'm leaving.
Hold on. I don't mean it like that. I just mean I'm trying to ignore you because
Your point has been made. I'm leaving.
Can I finish what I was saying? There's a thing coming after us. It's Starlin, and I can't hear it whenever you're talking, and so that means there's a dog coming after us, and I don't want to shoot a dog. Or worse. It might be something else. It's a cat. But anyway, there's something creepy coming. Am I able to see if they're coming? If they're
I'll let you do a intelligence and sneaking to peek around the corner.
Okay, so just intelligence. Got it. That's all I have. That's 1. That's 2.
I'll let you do space-wise, because I know you have points in that.
I do, for some reason. Good.
Wait, what am I saying? This should be an investigation flip. I forgot about that skill. And you've got big bonus in that.
Let's go! Gosh, I went from only getting 1 success to 3 successes, but one of those being the Queen of Hearts, baby.
Hey. So that's 4. Nice. All right, Ozzy, you peek around the corner, and you see what is making that noise. It's that zombie you let loose. And it does seem to be headed your way, but there is enough distance between the two of you that you basically have the jump on it, so the zombie is charging your way, but if you want to do a preemptive attack on it when you're behind cover, you definitely have the opportunity, and you'll get a nice meaty bonus because of your 4 successes.
Oh, we're shooting it.
That'll be Brawn Firearms plus 3.
Ooh. Okay, so Brawn 1, 2, and then Firearms. That's 4 plus. Okay.
Yeah, and then plus
7.
1 bonus because you're using your revolver.
I got 1 success out of all of that.
All right. Well, you do a little cool tuck and roll out of cover, and you shoot the zombie. I'm gonna say you hit it in the upper chest, not in the heart, but kind of close to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Which it definitely does recoil back a bit, but you don't kill it.
Dang.
The other 3 are looking at this what the hell is Ozzy shooting at? As the zombie immediately rushes into you, Ozzy, and tackles you to the ground.
Why am I always wrestling everything? Gosh. Okay, yeah, we're going. Let's go.
It's I don't know if either of you have played Half-Life 2, but it's one of the fast zombies from that one, which are very
I have never played either of the Half-Life games.
Well, they're very much just I'm going to run and leap at you and gnaw you to pieces. So that's what happened to you, Ozzy.
All right, so we're fighting.
Yep. Ozzy, you and the zombie are now officially in combat. But anyone else, if they'd like to, help Ozzy out, this would be the time.
Guess he could use some help. All right, I'm just I know I stormed off early, but I'm gonna rush back the other way and help him.
It'll be your attack then if you head back.
In that case, I just want to make a leap so I can at least try and tackle someone when I get there.
Sure thing. Agility melee.
Because that's 3 for agility and then 2 for melee.
Yep.
All right. So that's Queen of Hearts and then a Jack of Spades before everything else just fails.
Excellent. But that's still, you got a lot of crit. So 5 successes? Damn.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I'm taking someone down.
Felicia, the fox side of your nature kicks in. Yeah, you just kind of go wild animal on this thing for a little bit. You bum rush right into the zombie, pinning it against the wall, and using your fox fangs, you just kind of bite into it. Snap, almost like crocodile snapping, dealing quite some damage. Let's see how the zombie reacts to that.
Probably not well.
The zombie got 2 successes, so Felicia, 2 dodgeable damage is coming your way.
And I'm gonna dodge it.
Yeah.
Because I got the extra dodge boost thanks to the beginning with my friggin' workout.
Yep. So the zombie pushes you away from the wall, Felicia, and takes a swing at you, but you just immediately just curve out of the way. Ozzy, you are up.
Well, I'm not going to waste any more bullets on this thing, so I'm going to use my, I guess I'm going to try to bite its face off.
Lovely. That'll be broad melee, please.
All right, 2 cards. 1, 2, 1 success.
As the zombie pushes Felicia back, you get up and extend your ostrich neck and give it a little peck on the shoulder, dealing 1 more damage.
Nerd.
And I think that brings it to Felicia.
So I've tackled someone, I've dodged a zombie attack. What do I do now? I want to like pull out a hammer and then like whack one on the head so hard they just sort of like, get stuck in the ground.
That will be wit and melee to pull out a hammer.
Okay, so that's 3 cards total. I got an ace of diamonds and a king of diamonds.
Nice. Yeah, you pull out a sledgehammer. No, you know what? You've already pulled out a sledgehammer before. You pull out basically the Pico Pico hammer.
I need to look up what that is.
That's Amy Rose's hammer.
Oh, that's what that is? Pico.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
I never knew it had a name. I just thought of it as Amy's hammer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they've really ever mentioned that in any
Sonic
of the games.
Wiki Zone. Let's see. Also called Magical Hammer, Love Hammer, and Pico Hammer, is an object that appears in Sonic the Hedgehog series. It first made its appearance in Sonic the Fighters, so we now have to give that game credit for that thing's existence.
No, we don't. I don't know how good that game is.
Yeah, it's not great.
No,
Imagine Virtua Fighter, but worse.
Oh. Yeah, we don't have to
Imagine
talk about this
Virtua
game
Fighter,
ever
you can
again.
beat the entire game with a single combo from Sonic.
Oh. You know what? Maybe that's not
Yeah,
as bad as I thought.
it's very cheap.
Yeah. And I think you could play it in like one of the Yakuza games or Lost Judgment.
That's weird.
Yeah, a lot of Sega games get to show up in that entire franchise as like little mini games, and I think in one of them you could just straight up play Sonic the Fighters or actual Virtua Fighter. I can't remember which one it is.
I mean, like, Sonic the Fighters is not bad if it's positioned that way, like, as a free bonus. Spending money to play it in the arcade like you originally would have to do is not worth your time.
It's gonna be Ozzy's favorite game now.
Ozzy loves Sonic the Fighters.
I don't like that I said that.
I think we did establish that Ozzy probably doesn't watch a lot of TV, but do you think he's a gamer?
I don't think so.
I think I'd
How's
say
he
yes.
gonna lob out them combos? We ain't got no hands.
I like the idea that he does play games, but like it's only one game.
He plays Atari. That's
It's like,
it.
oh gosh,
Oh,
He's
man,
still
I
trying to-
love Pitfall.
He's still trying to figure out how
Gosh.
to play E.T. for the Atari.
just can't get past the second stage.
Ozzy, to escape this prison, you must beat Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark for the Atari.
sounds
No,
boring.
impossible. Ozzy, you can extend your neck upwards to fly out of a pit.
Gosh,
You learned that from E.T., your favorite video game.
I have a boxed copy
gosh,
of that.
I love the idea. What?
Yeah, I do. Do you want me to go get a picture?
Like a authentic one?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Do you want to
Yeah.
see? I can go get a picture. Give me a minute.
Definitely.
Absolutely, I want to see this.
Cost me $5 at a game store. Found it. Okay, just gotta put the headset back on, then take a picture for all you. I'm gonna take the
can't
game
believe-
out of the box just for you. There it is. Ah, how glorious. This better make it into the inevitable upload.
Oh,
This
it
is the thumbnail.
definitely will. I might make this like
$5 for this
intro.
thing.
Nice. That's really cool.
Honestly, the cover is kind of cool. I hate that I like it.
It's drawn up, so
Yeah.
it's got charm. It captures E.T.'s likeness really well.
Yeah. Elliot looks pretty sunburnt, but like that's the only thing.
I haven't seen E.T. since I was literally a kid. I actually forgot the kid's name.
Elliot. I watched it recently. Honestly, E.T. is not one of my favorites. I actually don't really like it that much.
I generally remember nothing about the movie. I'll be honest.
Probably
Like all the iconic things people talk about and like show off, and I genuinely couldn't remember a single thing about the movie other than it exists. That I believe I have seen it at some point.
I definitely watched it as a kid, and I didn't remember a lot of the stuff either. And all the stuff I didn't remember was very boring. I was just waiting for all the cool stuff I remembered, like riding on the bike, and of course the ending where he's trapped in that bubble with the government
yeah.
agents. But everything like in between that is just, I'm just kind of like, I don't care. Let's just move on. I don't really care about E.T. the alien.
Okay. I don't care about him. I just want him to go home.
I honestly do. I just want him to go home.
Just get out of here, nerd.
Yeah, idiot.
This is the opposite of Home Alone.
You were left behind? Good. Get the fuck out. It's not that bad. I just like, this movie's not for me.
No, it's... I never really liked it all that much, even when I was young. I'm like, oh, this is a...
It just it feels like it's so sentimental in the ways that I think Steven Spielberg usually is good at avoiding.
Yeah.
And also, like, I love John Williams and his scores for Spielberg movies, but I really do not like the E.T. theme.
We want
Yeah, no, it's kinda-
here.
I just want to be clear. If you like E.T., that's totally
Do better.
fine. I get
kidding.
why it's a classic. It's not for me.
I'm gonna have to agree because I generally don't remember anything about the movie.
He's an alien.
Okay, yeah, there's that too, but like
Yeah.
any cameos in Star Wars episode, what was it, episode 3?
Oh, yeah.
He's officially canon to Star Wars.
Oh, okay. I
forgot about that.
I haven't watched Star Wars, so I have no idea.
So there's a freaking kid walking around in ET dressed up as Yoda, and he recognizes it. And then because of that, in one of the like prequel movies, the giant council in Coruscant or whatever, you can freaking see a small group of ETs.
I need a drink after that. Just water. Just water would be fine. I just need to have something to take the edge off.
I mean, let's be real. E.T. probably a Sith Lord.
Do you think he was friends with,
He caused an uproar. He caused a disturbance. We should probably get back on this game.
Probably. I kind of forgot even where we were. All right, yeah, Felicia, you pull out a hammer. That's what happens.
Yeah, after I bit him.
That led us down this huge discussion of Sonic the Fighters, video games, whether or not
E.T.
Ozzy plays the games, then establishing he plays Atari, and then now E.T. is his favorite game.
That's fine. Now we have a nice, big, meaty intro clip.
Terrifying.
Gotta take the victors where we can.
All right, back to the game.
Back to the game.
All right, so it's the zombie's turn. Zombie is gonna attack you again, Felicia. 2 more damage is coming at you, which again, you can dodge.
Is that 1 dodge per damage, or is it
Yeah, 1 dodge
attack?
per damage.
Okay, so that means I'm out of dodge now.
Everyone's biting everybody, so this zombie is like, hey, I'm gonna bite you. Felicia, the jaws of this zombie just barely miss your face, but you get a nice look at those teeth, and they look gnarly.
Hot.
I'm glad you think so, Ozzy, because it's your turn.
I'm biting too.
All right, everybody's biting.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have fists. Actually, I could pistol whip.
You have a... Yeah, you do have... You can't do
definitely
that.
can.
You also have a beak, so it's hard to say you can bite.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna beak.
You're gonna beak?
Yeah, we're gonna try to stab with the beak.
All right, broad melee. I'm just using bite as like shorthand because obviously, like if you're just clapped by the beak, that is technically not biting you. But let's be a little more colloquial about it.
Yeah. Also 1 success.
I haven't been keeping track of this zombie's health, so you get 1 success, you deal 1 point of damage, you bite this zombie, and it falls unconscious. So congrats, you win.
Well, we're not done. Just because they're unconscious doesn't mean they can't get back up.
I mean, that's true.
gotta
And
go.
Felicia, you got a hammer.
Let's go for the brain.
So combat ends.
That was the shortest round of combat we've ever had in this game.
True, and considering the last one, I think it kind of went very much your way.
Yes, it did.
Which is new.
I usually don't do this, but Felicia, you may add that hammer to your inventory.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna say, yeah, +1 melee.
Hammer. +1
Hammer time.
melee. Sweet, I can't wait to wave dash as frickin' Marth. That's how we're gonna escape this thing. I'm just gonna perform a Marth grab on the nearest planet. We'll be fine.
Alright, well, after that zombie attack, which I just realized the other 2 people with you didn't participate in,
Yeah, they just watched that happen.
they were like, wow, what just happened?
What? It was
Well,
The 2 of you are covered in zombie blood on your mouths because you've been biting.
we don't talk about this.
I mean, there's nothing to talk about. There was a zombie. We killed it.
I'm just gonna do a quick flip for no reason.
I feel like that was a lie.
Yeah. Well, it occurs to you two that maybe biting a zombie maybe wasn't the best idea. Can the both of you please do a quick brawn and biology flip?
Okay, so I have max brawn. That's good.
That is good. Wait, do you have max
Yeah.
brawn? You
That's
should have
right
3 brawn because you only
Okay,
get
so
4 brawn if you choose that for the workout.
Okay, so that's 3 brawn, and then what was that, biology?
Biology.
Oh, I have none in biology. Well, the good news is I did get 1 success.
Okay.
So, I have some news.
Uh-oh.
I did my roll.
What did you do?
Please
Not
tell
roll.
me.
So,
What did you do, Ray?
so we have a Joker.
Good news is I haven't popped off the anti-Joker yet.
That is right.
Yes, luckily we've been able to go on so long I haven't used it yet. We're already like 3/4 of our normal recording session time and I haven't used it.
Yeah.
To be
That's the
fair,
good news.
No, the
Well,
bad news is you're not using it.
Am I?
I don't
Why?
know.
Why not? Why can't I use it?
No, I was just gonna say that. It's like good news that I have it. Bad news is I'm going to still have it.
it is entirely up to your discretion. You can choose to let this Joker ride.
I'm just gonna use it.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna use it. We
that
have to use it at least once, and I'm not joking. We will record for like another half hour, and we will probably not use it if I don't use it now.
true.
Say that.
So that Joker is shot, but Ozzy, that's still no successes?
None.
Cool. Ozzy, you start to foam at the mouth a little.
I knew I needed some water.
I think you contracted zombie rabies. So
Do I know that I did?
I'm going to say yes because you have 4 intelligence. You are familiar with zombie rabies and you're like, oh god, I have a sickness.
Okay.
Until you are cured of your zombie rabies, you gain 2 brawn, but you lose 2 intelligence. So you are now at brawn 4, but intelligence 2.
I just grow a six-pack magically.
Your maximum health will not increase, though, so you are still at 6, even though your brawn increased.
Okay. I was going to ask that, but okay.
Otherwise, I'd also have to tell you, hey, get rid of some skills, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay. I'm just buff now.
Yep. Just going to make a note that you have zombie rabies.
That's a sentence.
Which I'm going to put in your item slot just so I can see it. It's obviously not an item.
Yeah, no, I
just need to be able to see it and remember that you have rabies.
You and me both.
Everyone else sees Ozzy whip around with some pretty nasty blood foam at the sides of his beak, panting really heavily like... and...
Anyway.
Everyone is a little freaked out, to put it mildly. The doctor person who was like, oh god, that's a classic case of zombie rabies.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not a zombie, so...
No, you're not a zombie, you're just kind of...
What?
Well, it's not pleasant.
What do you mean?
Well, let's just say, you kind of got a taste for blood now. And Ozzy, as he says this, he realized, yeah, you're right, I do have a taste for blood.
So I'm safe. I bleed ink.
We don't know that.
I'm a sentient cartoon character. What else would I bleed?
Well, yeah, you bleed ink. We don't know if that means you're safe from a bloodlust.
Well,
yeah, I don't know what you taste like.
Well, I'm just saying, if he drinks my blood and it satiates him, that just means we can open up a fountain pen and he'll be fine.
Good.
Fair enough.
All right. So, what are we doing again?
That's right. You did get a little stupid. This actually makes a lot of sense.
Excuse me. I thought this was your idea, Ace. I want to go back to my studio, back to my agent, so he can have us as a session and yell at me for running off like that. And you're telling me you don't remember the plan.
You don't remember my name? My name is not Ace.
I can't with this stick. How do I get back to my studio?
You go back the way you came?
It's just head turns twists 180 degrees. And he just has that anger face. Points out the window.
We are in space!
Yeah. Sorry. Lots happened, I think.
You don't say!
We have to find a child, right?
Yes, I do believe that was why we were here.
You know what? Yeah, I'm glad I remembered.
It took a lot out of you to remember that because you're stupider now.
Her eyes twitching.
Felicia, your blood is boiling right now. Your ink blood is boiling.
She has a freaking trained stout thing just steaming from her
you
ears.
just hear that tea kettle sound like...
Alright, so, you know where we're supposed to go, right?
You're talking to Gina?
Yeah.
I can at least get us down to close where we're supposed to go, I think. I know we gotta get down below deck, and it does sound like the guards have already passed us, so I think we should be clear to head on through.
Oh, we're good then. Yeah, let's go. Sorry, I got...
Just so long as there's not many of those, and she looks down at the zombie, things around. They do weird things on this station.
Like what?
Well, turn people into that, and then looks up at you and your eyes and sees bloodshot eyes and foam at your lips like, kind of like what you're doing right now.
Oh no, that's bad.
Is there a way we can undo this, doll?
The doc says, well, if we still had access to the med bay, I might be able to find stuff there, but I think the guards kind of converge on that area, so I guess we can consider that a non-option at the moment.
Look, we got a child to find, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's at least get that done.
Everyone just says, yes, in a, we know what we're doing kind of way.
Okay.
It's all right, Ozzy, you'll get it. Your brain isn't working so well right now. All you're thinking is like, man, I really could go for some blood.
Yeah, that's why he's trying to find the child.
Oh, God.
The immediate, oh, that was the play all along.
You know what, Ozzy, you are getting a nice scent of blood because that blood pooling out of Bongo Von Bingo's head is still kind of fresh.
Oh, they're that close?
Yeah, you basically just went down one hallway. You can faintly smell it.
You guys, I'm not even gonna hide it. Just don't look. Well, he's gonna look to see if there's anyone around first.
No.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go over and how those little birds at desks, whenever they just pop their head in the water, boop.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy does that with the blood. Just boop.
Excellent.
A little salty.
Ozzy, regain 1 health. But also, everyone is looking at you like, oh God, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fair.
Your lust for blood is temporarily sated as you get a nice little snack.
That was pretty good. So, child.
Gina's just like, yeah, let's go get her. Looking at Felicia and the doctor like, oh, I don't feel safe around this guy.
You did before? Oh gosh, actually, yeah, zombie ostrich.
It'd be pretty terrifying. Gina says, let's head on. We got to get to the lower levels of the station. And she leads the way as you head around some more corridors. The alarms are still going off, but again, it looks like the guards have already passed by you and headed to the med bay, so it does look like you can go forward unobtruded. As Gina takes you to an elevator, which she tries to open, and it does not work. And she says, of course, the alarms are still going on, so the elevators are locked down.
Yeah, let me have a crack at it.
If you'd like to try and finagle the elevator, that'll be intelligence and engineering.
All right. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm stupid again.
Yeah, so just 2 intelligence.
I have 1 success.
Just gonna see how hard this elevator would be to hack. Apparently, this is a very poorly designed elevator because 1 success is enough to hack into it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, Ozzy, you just poke at some of the buttons and the elevator opens up like ding dong. It is big enough for all 4 of you.
Sweet. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. Maybe with Ozzy, it might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but, you know.
Okay.
Just because you got a big wingspan. But if you, like, curl up, it should be okay.
Yeah, Ozzy would do that. He wants everyone to get in.
You do get in with your zombie snarl, like, come on in.
Oh, gosh. I'm just imagining, like, a freaking ostrich hissing. Terrifying. You know, maybe you shouldn't get in this.
At least Gina and the prisoner, the doctor, do very trepidatiously take a step into the elevator with you. And Felicia, would you like to get in with Ozzy the zombie?
I don't trust him.
That's fair.
Listen, Mr. Narrator, I have important things to get back to, and I'm not risking my career and my loved ones on maybe being in a room with a zombie.
But I'm not.
Quiet you, I'm not talking to you.
Oh. And he's gonna look at them and be like, cuckoo.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the scene she's setting up for right now.
Gina and the doctor are looking back, trying to figure out which of you is more crazy, and they are not figuring it out.
The zombie or the one who's talking to
the god.
Effectively God right now.
I don't know if I should make you do a flip to appeal to DM, because I don't want to set a precedent.
Like with the character I'm playing, it would fit. That's the thing. I'm not gonna abuse this. I'm not gonna like do it all the time. It's like a very rare thing. I will just I'll acknowledge it and then proceed to not acknowledge it.
I would be okay with you poking the 4th wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. The most I do is just say, hey, Mr. Narrator or something like that, and then I just move on with it.
Okay.
That's the most I'm gonna do.
All right. Roger that. Well, yeah, you can say then whatever you want to the DM.
Yeah, that was my entire shtick there.
Cool. You air your grievances. The void does not answer. The elevator has still not gone down. They're holding the door.
Oh, yeah,
for
right. Guess I'm going in.
All right, everyone fits into the elevator, nice and snug. Gina presses one of the buttons to head on down. The door closes. You hear some very soothing elevator music.
I like how you're saying that, but I'm currently listening to a synthwave cover of the frickin' Halloween theme.
Maybe that's like soothing to some people.
Oh, this is an ET.
You know what? No, this is a magic space elevator. All of you hear different elevator music. Ozzy, you hear the ET video game soundtrack.
I'm just like ET. I'm going to save a kid.
Felicia, you hear you said you heard the synthwave Halloween theme.
Well, that's just what actually came up on my freaking YouTube playlist.
Okay. You hear something appropriate to your character. Maybe like a Cab Calloway.
Sure, you know, we'll take it.
Anyway, you're headed down the elevator, and I think that's where we're gonna leave it tonight.
Dun, dun, dun,
Awesome.
Because I am out of things to roleplay.
Gosh, Ozzy is a freaking zombie, and I'm like, he's already the wild card, and now he's gonna be more of a wild card?
Yeah.
Love it.
So, you can all get a hero point from me because it was fun to roleplay with you two after however long it's been.
Over a month.
Yes.
Actually, a couple months, because we took our break around finals week for me back in like early November, I want to say.
Yeah, I knew
we've been delaying and having issues ever since.
Well, I don't know how long it'll take between episodes coming out. I'm thinking like 2 weeks. But just know that we had like a 2-month long, let's say, recording gap because some of it because of holidays, other because of various reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 1 hero point from me, and
Yay.
Ozzy. Why was Felicia your hero this session?
See that hammer?
It's a pretty nice hammer.
It is
Just
nice.
demolished. Felicia was just like, oh, Ozzy's getting in a mess again. I gotta clean this up. I'm the problem.
It's me.
Well,
I'm the problem. It's me.
well, Ozzy's the problem. But yeah.
All right, and Felicia, why was Ozzy your hero?
Got credit for Ozzy taking like a lot of initiative this time around. A lot more compared to me. This has been a while. I was very much slow and sort of listening to a lot of stuff and reacting every once in a while. And I'm just super glad for how very active he was being.
Definitely. And I mean, like, you just spent last session unconscious on a guy's arm, so, like, you know.
That is also true.
That did happen.
What about you? What did you like that we did?
Yeah.
That's not the point of the hero points.
The immediate.
I don't feel appreciated.
I know I'm not.
All right, fine.
You don't have to. I was messing around.
No, I will. Felicia, I really love that in character you are very not appreciative of being put in this situation. I very much love the whole, I'm gonna rant to God about this because I deserve far better than this. I will not accept anything at this level, and I am
She
mad
knows
about
what
it.
she's worth.
Oh yeah, I love that, and I am very happy to explore that.
funny how, like-
Felicia talking to her imaginary god, i.e. me.
It's funny to think how I could play characters who do that sort of thing. In reality, I have no confidence and would let people like walk all over me. But my characters know. They know their worth. They know what they deserve, and they're not willing to let anyone treat them less.
Absolutely. And Ozzy, I love that you are a zombie now.
Yeah, that's really just that's really just been the story for today.
And you know what? That's like something that I'm gonna love dealing with in the future. What I actually loved about this session is how you are really playing an ethical dilemma. Ozzy's got a job to do, but also he's, you know, kind of really starting to like this kid, and maybe he hasn't said it yet, but I feel like he is gonna like adventuring with Felicia Fox, even though they're kind of always at each other's throats. I love that dynamic, and I think you're playing it very well.
He's going through a lot.
Yeah.
And he's going through even more
He's
now.
gonna be
that
the one who
freaking
goes
zombie.
through character development, and Felicia's not gonna change at all.
No, why would Felicia change? She's flawless.
Yeah, she's
Darling,
perfect.
I'm perfect. Perfect in every way. You
It is
wish
I
you
who
could
is
be me.
fallible.
Perfect is going to have to do.
Wow, that's a powerful line, actually.
There you go.
Open up that thesaurus you have tucked under your wing. You'll see a picture of me under the word perfect.
There's no pictures in the dictionary.
Smack the bird.
The immediate no.
I mean, you should hope that there's pictures in the dictionary because you're not as smart anymore. You need pictures to help you read.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I also said thesaurus.
I mean, that's all right. That's fair. There's probably not any pictures in the Taurus. I think Ozzy's got you on that one.
I like the idea that he didn't say the right thing, but he's still right.
You're both wrong. Thanks for listening to Live, Laugh, Loot. We're currently using the Space King system, developed and published by SuperTry Studios. You can learn more about this game or buy it yourself at supertry.itch.io/spacekings. Follow us on Blue Sky at livelaughloot.bsky.social or email us at livelaughlootpodcast@gmail.com. Our intro music is Out of Control by Chill Carrier, and our outro music is One Point to Another by Rocket Max. See the episode description to find out what other songs played this episode or to check licensing information. To learn more about this podcast or listen to more episodes, check us out at livelaughloot.libsyn.com.